While Hinata and Granbell's duel was concerning, there was another fight that caught even more attention. There was some intense fighting taking place in the Grand Cathedral. I raised the precision of my magic perception and focused on the situation. There was a man in black armor. Shockingly, when faced with Shion and Diablo, he wasn't even phased. Ah, no wonder. This guy's magical content was more than Shion and Diablo's combined. This is insane. Oi, what kind of a hidden trump card is that? He's stronger than an average demon lord. That's only natural. In order to combat the army of demon lords and the monsters hostile to humanity, no amount of trump cards can be reassuring. Granbell replied to my rambling. I was surprised he even had the time to do that while fighting against Hinata. What an opportunity presented itself, since he had answered, that I might as well get more detailed information from him. It could also distract him, killing two birds with one stone. That guy seemed to be a lot stronger than the demon lord impostor Roy, but isn't he stronger than you too? I asked Granbell in a rather provoking tone. His name is Razul. A friend that I've known for thousands of years, Granbell calmly answered. Hinata did not speak. She probably had understood my intention and didn't want to interfere. I continued with this plan. So you are friends. But Razul-san doesn't look very human. So what? I didn't know what to say upon getting the question thrown back so abruptly. Even though I really wanted to figure out his true identity, learning that he was not human was a gain of sorts. No, it's nothing. I seem to have killed the conversation. I kinda regret my choices now. Razul is a race that enjoys longevity, my close companion during my prime. He's a lot stronger than the Holy Knight captains, so your subordinates may have a hard time fighting him. Granbell was right. Shion and Diablo were indeed in a tough fight. And here I thought that there was no need to worry when Diablo was around. Could that thought have been too naive as well? No, the way he was fighting didn't look right. For some reason, Diablo didn't seem to be focused. Report. Unusual spatial distortion detected. This is an indication of someone using spatial movements. Raphael-san's warning suddenly rang in my head. Had it not been urgent, it wouldn't have warned me. That's why the situation must have been dire. If that was the case, I shouldn't hold back either. Diablo probably noticed this anomaly too, that's why he wasn't concentrating on the fight. Ranga, are you there? I'm here, master. Got it. He was sleeping in my shadow. I want you to support Shion covertly. Understood. Ranga used Shadow Step to stealthily enter Shion's shadow. Now that the preparation was complete, I gave my next order. Diablo, was your mind on something else? My apologies, Rimuru-sama. To fall into a hard battle should be considered a misconduct of mine. In truth, this individual is far stronger than I expected. He is a rare insect-type monster, and what's more, he's in his complete form. They are like a natural enemy to us demons. According to Diablo, the insect-type monsters were magical beasts from a different dimension that possessed the power of spirits. They sometimes would show up in this world. It was extremely rare for one to evolve to humanoid form. With that being the case, Diablo still had a chance to win, however, he had yet to defeat the enemy. In other words, the reason Diablo had been so concerned with was far worse than Razul. The thing that was distracting him had arrived through spatial movement. I could only hope that Diablo would handle whatever it was. Shion, you heard us. If Diablo is finding excuses, the situation must be dire. Upon saying so, I sensed Diablo's guilt internally. He would never find excuses under normal circumstances, that's why I could tell if he was hiding something right away. In order for Diablo to move freely, I'd have Shion and Ranga hold the ground here. Right now, Ranga is hiding in your shadow. I want you two to cooperate and beat that insect-type monster Razul. It goes without saying. I will not let down Master's expectations. Shion also seemed to realize that Diablo was acting strange. Even if I hadn't given the order, she would probably have done the same. However, for Shion alone to handle the powerful Razul, she would fall in crisis. It wasn't that I lacked confidence in Shion, but rather that I wanted to find the safest solution possible. While 2-on-1 may be dishonorable, we should always fight with the hope of a 100% chance of victory. Diablo, go and handle what's on your mind. Also, you should trust your companions more and learn to rely on them sometimes. Kufufufufufu, understood. Looks like I can be a little pretentious at times. Very well, I shall resolve the problem right away. Not just a little too pretentious, to be honest. But at least this helped him get his usual pace back, how wonderful. Then, let's get moving. Understood. I gave the order, rather out of practice, as the three replied in high spirits. I just needed to believe they would bring me the best outcomes. I focused my attention back on paralyzing the Otherworlders. Kufufufufu, Rimuru-sama has seen right through me. He's seriously unparalleled. That goes without saying, Second Secretary. Don't mind that for now, go and resolve what's on your mind. Of course. You must have noticed too, that man called Razul is stronger than you. Are you sure you will be alright, First Secretary Dono? Fufufu, I never expected you to worry for me, second secretary, no Diablo. I admit that you are strong, stronger than me. That's why you need to defeat whatever enemy that stands before us to avoid trouble for Rimuru-sama. Isn't that your duty? Kufufu, I never expected you call me by my name. Get going. Leave the rest to me. Even if Rimuru-sama didn't give the order, I would still have faith in you from the bottom of my heart, Shion Dono. Shion shuddered. Just call me Shion. Honorifics coming from your mouth give me the creeps. It sounds so disingenuous. Kufufu, then Shion, I wish you victory in your conquest. You too, Diablo. Shion and Diablo didn't exchange any looks, but acknowledged each other with a few words. Both of them had very strong egos, but they had also recognized each other's strength from the start. Diablo walked away without even turning his head. He gave an order to his lieutenant coldly. Venom, even if you die, you need to, actually, it's okay if you die, but you must protect these kids. Speaking of which, Rimuru's order never included what to do with Diablo's subordinates. Therefore, there wasn't much to be worried about here. The important things here are the children and the band members, Diablo judged calmly. Ah, yes sir. I honestly hoped he would care for us more, Venom thought. But he wasn't dumb enough to say that out loud. If he had, he would probably have been taken out by Diablo before he could be killed by the enemies. Moreover, it's fine, Shion-sama and Ranga-sama seem to be handling that tough guy. If it's only protecting these people, even we would be more than sufficient. It'd be easier than fighting Diablo-sama or Venom's genuine thoughts. I wish you glory in your conquest, Diablo-sama. Shut up, it's pointless for you to worry. As Venom sent Diablo his regards, he was scolded coldly by Diablo. Never mind, that's just how our lord is. A flashback of him being forced into subordination crossed Venom's mind. He quickly shook off these thoughts. Had he run into Diablo looking all displeased like this, there's no telling what would have happened. Venom changed his mood and focused on the mission. Diablo, having entrusted the tasks to his companions, left the battlefield. He teleported at the precise location of his target. The place was a bit far from the Grand Cathedral, located in a wasteland outside Lobelis. A blue-haired beauty in a dark red maid suit was there. Several holy knights laid by her feet. These supposed one-man armies of human guardians didn't stand a chance against her. Long time no see, Noir, I was getting impatient since you've taken your time getting here. I could feel such a fierce killing intent, it's just that I couldn't withdraw myself for a few minutes until now. By the way, please call me Diablo, Blue Primordial excuse me, you've already gotten the name Raine. The blue-haired beauty, Raine, smiled with satisfaction to Diablo's response. Indeed, the strongest among us primordials, Red Primordial, the great Gisama has given me the name. Unlike the name given to you by some cheap-shot demon lord of unknown origin. Ha! Do you have a death wish? Actually, you are asking to disappear from this world, no. Kufufu, allow me to grant you your wish. While a smile still hung on his face, the smile in Diablo's eyes dissipated completely. The red pupils of his golden eyes turned thin, locking Raine as his prey. Let's go then, Diablo. Ah, how exciting. Ever since I learned that you fought against the white primordial on the eastern continent, I wanted to duel you. How boring. If you think you are qualified to fight against me, you are sorely mistaken. Let's confirm that after our battle. As she finished actually, before she finished Raine was on the move. Her knife-like hand was faster than the speed of sound. Yet, it was easily swatted away as Diablo raised a hand. Raine rejoiced. She could finally put her body to use and fulfill her 1,000-year wish. Yes, this is it. I'd be really troubled if it were finished instantly. You were always too free-spirited, even though we are all primordials. No faction, no sense of duty, even when all demons craved a body, you sneered at the idea. You could say that Raine was jealous of Diablo. The lifestyle that he had chosen was unbearable to Raine, who valued law and order. Moreover, Diablo also. Unforgivable, he even reached a draw with Gisama. This idler who never sought to become stronger. The demon race should follow the natural order of things, acquiring a body and considering evolution as their goal. In order to relieve her dissatisfaction with him for over thousands of years, Raine had gone all out as she closed in on Diablo. Diablo the Black Primordial Noir was a special demon. During the ancient era far, far in the past, Rouge and Noir fought for the throne of the strongest. They ended up in a draw, yet what happened later to the two differed greatly. Rouge was brought to the physical world and acquired a body as well as immense power. However, Noir, almost as if he had denied evolution, remained unchanged over the years. Blanc, John, and Violet on the other hand, were under rather unavoidable circumstances. These three had always hindered each other's evolutions. The three powerhouses were evenly matched amongst themselves, and that power balance was never broken. The Black Primordial wasn't limited by such things. However, he seemed to treat the other primordials like fools and found pleasure in going his own way. And so, tens and thousands of years passed. This was why Raine couldn't forgive Diablo. His contrarian, free-spirited, carefree lifestyle, as well as being recognized by the strongest primordial, Raine, couldn't stand all these things about Diablo. Ahahaha. Just as you always say, running away all the time isn't real combat. Looks like you are really only good at running away. Kufufufufu, I will be straight with you, don't get mistaken now. Against someone like you, I wouldn't even need to use my full power. Moreover, I never intended to run away. Gonna be a sore loser now, eh? I figure that you probably can't use all your power with your newly acquired body. You know you can't use that as an excuse. Raine began to launch magic missiles with her fists. The magic missile interfered with the world's rules, and was turned into the nuclear cannon. Raine could cast magic without chanting. However, Diablo had expected this too. He calmly dispelled all the vicious nuclear magic strikes. Layers and layers of magic barriers and counterattack techniques were applied. They each tried to break through the other's defenses and land a fatal shot. This was how high-level demons fought against each other. There wasn't any time wasted on chanting, both of them put forth extremely masterful spells. As time passed, and unbelievable. Did you manage to draw that while fighting with me? Indeed, Raine. Fighting you is like doing paperwork. A fight in which I could see the outcome is so boring that it's not even entertaining as a game. Raine was extremely shocked. Yet the victor had already been decided. Around Raine were layers of magic circles formed by glowing mantras. They appeared out of thin air as Diablo snapped his fingers. Being caught in the magic circle, Raine didn't dare to move a muscle. If she were to move, Diablo would trigger the magic. And the spell was. This is multi-stage disintegration. But that spell is a hard counter to demons and is extremely dangerous. You could end up dying using it, why would you use that? Diablo glared coldly at Raine. How can you not even know this, he thought to himself as he pitied her with a cold heart. How boring. If your faith in your master is strong enough, you can even control spiritrons. It's common sense. Are you out of your mind? What kind of common sense is that? Doesn't matter. It's time to send you on your way. I shall let you suffer the most painful death for foolishly daring to insult my beautiful master, Rimuru-sama. Reflect well on your crime now. 7 beams of light began to shoot out. While one beam of light contained forces of destruction that defied any attempts to counter it, all 7 beams came from all directions and viciously made their way to Raine.